Alternative 94.3 WCYY. I've been talking about this for past couple days. I'm very excited. The time has arrived. I've got Taylor and Ben from the Pretty Reckless hanging out in the studio with me this afternoon. Good morning, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for coming. We were just talking before we cracked the mic about the music industry. I was like, all right, we're going to plug your record. And they're like, well, no, go steal our record. We don't care.
We'll just listen to it.
Yeah, just this. And then I was like, well, buy tickets to their show, and then we'll call it even. And Taylor was like, no, just
sneak in.
Just sneak in and steal our merch.
Come see the show.
Yeah, come see. As long as you're there, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I've got Ben and Taylor from the Pretty Reckless stopping by the CYY studio. I usually, one of the first things I usually ask bands when they stop by is, have you ever been to Maine before? And obviously, in you guys' case, you kind of spend most of your time here.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole band's New England based, so we're up here all the time.
And you were, you started down in New York and decided to buy a home in Maine.
Yes, well, I was spending so much money on hotels to rehearse up here that it was just silly. So, yeah, now I'm back and forth. So I'm a Mainer now.
Yeah.
Now you're from Ben. You're from New Hampshire originally.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York, but I did grow up in Maine.
But right, and you did a lot of shows around here as a solo artist.
I did. Well, as a child. Yes.
As a child.
As a teenager.
You know the area. You know the venues. You know the bands.
I did. It's changed a bit, but I remember the Asylum from. I'd already left, I think, Maine when that opened. So it's been a while.
We got to get the Pretty Reckless to play the Asylum.
We were going to on Snowcore. We had to cancel a tour, and I think one of the first dates was the Asylum. So, but we actually haven't played Maine yet.
No, we have to rebook it.
We got to fix that.
The closest we've done is New Hampshire. Yeah.
All right. Well, these guys are blowing up. If you haven't heard the tune, heaven knows we've been spinning on CYY. You're going to hear it in a little bit. I want to know how you two met up.
We met through our producer Kato. Everyone in the band, I think, met through Kato at some point.
No.
Well, I met everyone in the band through Kato.
Our producer Kato.
Is this really the first time this question has been asked to you?
Well,
I'm
no.
just kidding.
She's thinking that Kato brought in the rest of the band. So my band was produced by Kato, and Taylor heard my band. We started writing together, and my band was a complete failure. So we got a better. Basically, Taylor was like, "Well, I'm taking over this band. I'm going to write, and I'm going to be the singer," and that was a better decision for everybody, and a better name.
First name.
And Kato continued to produce the records and stuff, so it kind of naturally became a band. So
6 years later, here we are.
6 years later.
6 years later. So there's some old stuff out there. There's some old Pretty Reckless stuff out there.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess, the first record.
Right. So let's get this out of the way. You got your start as an actress. You were on, you played, and I didn't even know this, you played Cindy Lou Who on The Grinch.
Yeah.
With Jim Carrey.
I was 5.
Back in 2000. Were you really 5?
Yeah.
That's incredible. And of course, you played Jenny Humphrey on Gossip Girl as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to Rockline the other day, and I do remember you saying something along the lines of you could not wait to get out of the acting field.
Yeah.
So to speak.
It was always a day job, and music was always something I was working on, just no one knew about it. And then when I finally met the band and wrote a record's worth of material I wanted people to hear, it was time to make the jump, and haven't looked back since. So.
That's incredible. Well, you sound amazing.
Thank you.
I could see you on. You're great on the screen as well, but I could see you just up on stage, and that's probably your calling.
It's something I just need to do. So
right.
I don't feel right when I'm not writing or performing. So I don't know.
Do you see yourself ever going back to doing acting at all?
No.
Never.
No.
You're done with it.
Yeah, it's never. I didn't pick it. I started it too. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You didn't know what you wanted to do it too?
No, I didn't have it
That's
figured
so
out
weird.
yet. Can you imagine?
You're like one of the.
You actually figured it
I
out
actually
around 7, though.
No, it was more like 5 because I was in my first recording studio with James Horner when I was 5 for The Grinch. So.
How was it working with Jim Carrey? From your recollection.
Yeah, to be honest, I barely remember it, but he was cool, super talented, obviously.
Yeah, I bet. That's awesome. How about a song?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, what are we gonna hear?
You're hearing the title track.
Yes, this is Going to Hell.
All right. It's Pretty Reckless in the CYY studio. Amazing, Pretty Reckless in the CYY studio. Nice job, guys. That sounded great. We're hanging out with Ben and Taylor here from the Pretty Reckless, and a lot of people don't know, we call you a local band.
Kind of.
Kinda,
In a sense.
in a sense.
You live here. You're basically from here. You kind of grew up
Definitely,
here.
definitely.
So, and now we just got to get you guys to do a show.
Do a show here.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel a little like I'm sucking in all the glory now by myself because I'm the only one that gets to watch this awesome performance. But people, hear on the radio, and we get some video that's going to be going up at WCYY.com soon. And just so you guys know, that voice that you just heard, Taylor, she's only 20 years old. That mature voice that you just heard.
I'm also a bit sick, but
No, it sounded great. Are you looking forward to your first alcoholic beverage
I am.
that you've ever had in your entire life?
That I've ever had in my entire life. I'm quite excited to see what all the fuss is about.
Well,
Now, we're both cancers.
I'm a Leo.
You're a Leo.
Yeah.
You're on the cusp. I think I saw that you guys mentioned on Rockline that you're both fans of Wikipedia as well. So that's where you get all your sources for everything.
Sure.
It's 100% accurate all
So
the time.
it is absolutely. So you can. So I guess you're a Leo by like a day or two, right? That's what it is.
I don't actually
Aren't
know.
you- aren't
I
you
know I'm a Leo.
You're the
right now.
23rd, aren't you?
26.
26. That's right. Okay, I'm the 17th,
Alright.
and I'm about 35 years older than you. But anyway, I thought we might have shared the same.
Actually, it doesn't look it, I'll tell you
Yeah, you
that.
don't look at it
No,
all.
no, I'm not. I was slightly exaggerating, But congratulations on the single. We're gonna play that here in just a couple minutes. It's called Heaven Knows, and you beat out a record previously held by Joan Jett.
Did we beat it? Or the last I heard was tied.
Is it
which
tied?
is pretty cool.
Is it 5 weeks?
It's 5 weeks at number one was the
Uh,
last.
Andrew's over exaggerating out there.
I did
he
hear
might be
we
right.
beat it though, because we might be at 6, but I'm not sure. So I think Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll was 5 weeks. Yours is 5 weeks, or ours is 5 weeks.
Yeah, it might be 6 weeks now. I don't know.
Do you realize how long ago I Love Rock and Roll was?
It was in 82?
81.
81.
Was it 81? Was it 82? Maybe it was 82.
I thought it was 82.
You know what? It is 82 because it was, yeah, you're right. It was, and that was what 32 years ago.
It was 32 years ago.
That's incredible. Congratulations. That's so
Thank you.
huge.
I agree. I
Yes.
think that's so huge.
Has she called to congratulate you yet or anything?
There has been some correspondence.
Yes.
So.
Seriously?
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
I got a chance to meet her a few years ago. I grew up listening to her. I think she's absolutely amazing.
She's Joan Jett.
She is
She's
Joan
Joan
Jett.
Jett. She's
So
Joan Jett.
you guys have hung out or talked on the phone or just emailed or?
Things coming in the future. I think we'll
Yes,
wait.
Oh, I see what we're doing here.
I'll talk. We'll have to have this in again.
All right, so we can't. All right, we'll leave it at that.
We'll be back in mid-June. Just have us back in.
We'll leave it at that. Well, let's talk about the video here. Is there some crazy camera tricks going on, or are you really naked in the video?
Well, there's paint.
There is paint. There is paint.
There's paint.
We were joking. We were joking around yesterday. We're like, is that Sharpie? Did someone just draw a big?
Not Sharpie. It did come off.
Okay.
And not
Is
a
that a permanent tattoo?
not a permanent
Yeah.
tattoo. But hey, you never know.
Now, were you completely comfortable, performing in front of a camera crew, stuff like that, and making the video?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I co-directed the video, so I was
Okay.
extraordinarily involved with every shot.
Yeah, she said action when the shot
I
went on,
went.
so.
It's actually why we had to cancel our tour that was going to be in Maine. Was I lost my voice directing the video and got really ill because of all the smoke in the video and stuff. I was screaming over music and directing the kids. And
Right.
2 days of filming in Miami, and I was dead. So
We'll
have to
check
get
out.
back.
Got to check out the video. We'll have that up at WCYY.com as well as this performance this afternoon. You guys got a huge year planned up with basically no time off. I've
Pretty
noticed.
much, yeah.
What's the plan?
World tour, yeah.
All right.
No, it's pretty much, we have a U.S. tour coming up, and then over to Europe, and then everywhere.
All right.
And everywhere again.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys perform live in Portland, and then you can just get in the car and drive home at the end
Yes,
of the night.
Yeah, that would be
amazing.
awesome.
I bet it would be
Yeah,
awesome.
that'd be awesome.
All right, it's Taylor and Ben for the Pretty Reckless. We'll go into the single here. It's called Heaven Knows, and make sure you check out WCYY.com in a little bit. I'm going to get the video of their performance up, and we'll get that super sexy hot video up there as well. It's the Pretty Reckless with Taylor and Ben in the CYY studio.